Welcome back to the Overcomer Podcast. I am your host, JENICKA Lopez. Thank you guys so much for choosing to watch and listen to this episode today. It is our love week, you guys. It is Valentine's week, and I'm single and celebrating Valentine's Day. I know I'm not the only one out there, so whoever is listening to this, you guys are not alone. I'm sure that we hoped and prayed for finding love, and it just didn't work out, and that's okay. We're gonna get more into that more towards the middle of the episode. Today we're gonna be talking about my weight loss journey, Valentine's Day, being single on Valentine's Day, and simply surrendering to God. I'm sharing these three little topics with you guys because I feel like this is where my life is at right now, and I'm feeling really good, and I want to instill hope to you guys, and encourage you today, because you know what? I know that we all have something going on, and we've all been through it, and we need somebody to help encourage us today. So if I could be that one person, I will gladly do so. But first, you guys, I am on a weight loss journey. I've been basically, my whole life, but I've made some dramatic shifts and changes in my life that has resulted in me losing a lot of weight, which I'm so happy and grateful for. A lot of people have been asking me what I've been doing, how much I have lost, etc., etc. So if you guys remember, or if you're new here, I got surgery, breast lift surgery, and a little bit of lipo in last July. And then I invited my doctor on the podcast. If you guys know, you know. And if you don't, you guys can go ahead and go watch those episodes about my doctor, Dr. Remus Repta. Shout out to him because he's amazing. But let's take it back a couple years. I believe I want to say that my starting weight, even before like my tummy tuck and all that, I was almost 300 pounds. I was weighing about 280, I want to say, somewhere around there. Definitely over 250, almost 300. That's when I basically started. I got with a trainer, fixed my eating habits, and then I dropped about, let's say, I want to say 50 pounds. And then I got my tummy tuck surgery. My tummy tuck BBL, which I was so happy and I loved, again, with Dr. Remus Repta. He is amazing. Again, if as a plus size girl, and if you guys don't know, a lot of doctors, for example, don't take plus size girls because of their BMI, which is your body, no, not your BMI. Yeah. Your body fat index, I want to say something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. If your index is over 40, like you're obese or whatever, a lot of doctors don't want to take that risk to do the surgery. And he is one of the few special doctors in the world that specializes in plus size surgery. He takes the risk. Everyone ends up completely fine. Amazing, amazing work. I absolutely love him. I got that done. I want to say 2022, around there. Love that. Still gained weight, which a lot of people don't understand, is that when you get lipo or when you get surgery, you have to continue to maintain it and work out and work twice as hard because your fat goes to other places. So for example, my fat a lot of it was sitting in my arms, in my inner thighs, and a lot of it went to my butt, you guys. When you get a BBL and you add like the fat transfer, it expands those cells, and when you eat, it just allows more room for it to grow. And I was not having it. It was not cute. I was like, oh yeah, no. I can have a BBL, but we're not trying to have like a BBL, like huge. So when I got my surgery, my breast lift surgery, I was weighing about, I want to say 220, 215, which I was content, but I didn't realize how much happier I am now that I dropped more weight. Now I dropped about like another 50 pounds. So let's say I lost like almost 100 pounds in total from like the beginning of my journey, which I'm so grateful for because I haven't been this weight since I was like 15, before I was 15. And what was crazy is that I always lied on my driver's license picture little thing. You know, when you put your weight, you're like, oh, I'm gonna add a little bit. I always lied. And now I could say like I weigh less than what I have on my driver's license. Like, this is crazy. And I do not want to like promote, like, I want to be fully transparent and honest with you guys. I still struggle with like body dysmorphia. I get in my head a lot. I'm working on those little things and thinking of it more as healthier, because I do feel healthier. The way that I breathe, the way that I walk, my endurance, I could see the muscle growth. I'm appreciating and loving my body a lot more because I'm able to do a lot more things, which is something that we take for granted. So from that journey to here, from July to now, I have recently, well, before that, I used to be on Ozempic, you guys. Before my breast lift surgery, I was on Ozempic. And I do want to let you guys know it does work. It works wonders. It's great, but it is not forever. And I'm sure a lot of people can testify to that as well. Like, it stops working. I think I would take it as a kickstart into your journey. I definitely think that it's beneficial. I know certain people have health benefits or side effects or whatever. So please make sure you confirm with your doctor, like I did. But I do want to let you guys know that it's not meant to be forever. Like, it just helps you kickstart and helps you realize like how much less of food that you need to eat in order to lose the weight. Like, it puts a lot into perspective. I've been going to the gym almost every day, either gym or Pilates. I'm doing something, which Pilates has definitely tightened up my body and I love it, you guys. Well, Legree, not Pilates, but they're like sisters. Legree is a little bit more strength training, harder. Pilates is a little bit more soft. It's like a little bit more intense than yoga. I've only done Legree. I haven't done Pilates, which for me, as someone that's like, I would like to consider myself strong. I like what Legree does for my body and the endurance that I have to have in order to continue. So if you have a Legree studio around you, definitely would recommend it. It helps tone certain muscles that you didn't even know you had. Also, my eating habits are a lot better. I eat a lot less. Now I'm focusing on muscle growth and toning. But yeah, I've lost over 100 pounds. I feel good. I look good. I feel good. Like I said, I love what my body can do now, and how food reacts in my body. Like, I could see like certain things just don't sit well with me. Obviously, like the processed foods, I don't drink any more soda unless I'm really craving it. It's like a Diet Coke. If it's anything carbonated, it's like a Poppy, Olipop. But if anything, I'm only drinking water. I've cut out, very little to no coffee. Again, I have to be craving it, or like I'm exhausted. I don't have coffee every day. I have matcha, lots and lots of water, my vitamins, my supplements, and going to the gym. I know a lot of people have a hard time getting into the gym, and it's been such a mental health space for me that I could just be distracted and really focus and lock in. Without it, I feel like completely out of routine. So, yeah, I definitely recommend it. If you guys have a hard time, you don't know what to do, TikTok has a lot of videos, or if you have the financial funds to please get a trainer to help you. I had a trainer, started off with her, was great. And now that I know what to do, I don't need her anymore. But yeah. Okay, we're going to go on a quick break and we'll be right back to talk about Valentine's Day and our singlehood. Welcome back, you guys. Okay, if you're like me, you guys also know we're single out here. We're single. We are, Valentine's Day is just not on the cards for us. Obviously, we can have Galentine's. We could be celebrating with our girls. But, it gets sad. I'm gonna be 100% with you guys. I know that it gets sad and it gets really hard to like. We're tired. I genuinely like. I'm tired of having Valentine's Day alone. Like, I want to be able to spoil somebody and be spoiled. I want somebody to ask me to be their Valentine's Day. Like, I'm at that point. But I hate to break it to you guys. And I've had to learn this the hard way. And I've recently just put in more work and more realization. And over this last couple months, God is preparing us for someone special. I know that sounds so cliche. I know it sounds so corny, but God is hiding me and you for that someone special, because otherwise we're just wasting our time. We're wasting our time on potential, on people that are not worth it, because trust me, I have given my time to people that are just not, that aren't worth it. They're blocking, how did they say it? Don't let the people block me from what you already have planned for me. Like, you're like, exactly. Like those people that are coming in as distractions, like, and we think that it may be from God. It's like, no, like this is the opposite. You already know that you shouldn't be entering into this and whatever. I want to give you guys some hope. It's going to happen for us. I believe it. I am trusting God 100%. When I tell you guys that this year, I promised myself that I'm just going to completely surrender to the will of God. And whether you guys believe in him or not, this is my core. This is my foundation. And I want to be honest and transparent with you guys about how I live day to day. And it is because God is at the foundation of my life. Anyways, it's not a punishment, but it's a season of preparation. We are not being punished. We are preparing ourselves for our future, let's say future husband, future wife. You know, gay, bi, whatever you guys, however you identify as yourself, it is not a punishment, but a season of preparation. I literally, every day I'm like, okay, God, you're preparing me. There's parts of me that I need to work on in order to be not perfect, but to be good enough for somebody. Like, I want to be able and to be okay in my brain, mental health wise, physically, my spiritual life. Am I putting God first? Or what else am I putting first? This relationship or this type of, or this person? Like, no, we have to put our faith and who we are first. Work on ourselves before we can love and offer that to somebody else, because otherwise it's just going into straight disaster, because that other person may be prepared and you're not. And then they don't mesh. It doesn't work out. Pray for that person that you want. I've written it down and I've said it in my prayers, the type of person, the type of man that I want in my life. Tall, God-fearing man, etc. You have to be so just like specific with God, and I promise you God will give you those desires of your heart. So in this season of preparation of your life, in your singleness, because that's what we're going to call it. We're not going to add a negative connotation to it. We're getting prepared for the future. Embrace this time for personal growth and deepening your faith, and pursue your God-given purpose and whatever that other person may have. Maybe you haven't even met this man or woman or whatever. Pray for them. Like, God, wherever this special person is for me, that you are preparing them just like you're preparing me, so that when we meet, that we are equally yoked and that we can connect and everything is aligned to your purpose and your plan. And take it as God maybe protecting you from a heartbreak, or leading you guys into something greater. Like I said in the beginning, well, not the beginning, but like I said before, we can't be going into these love bombing, half-ass relationships. Like, no, just because we're lonely and we're scared and this person's giving me attention, like, no, we can't, because we're just settling. We're not here to settle, you guys. We've worked too hard on who we are. We've been through too much shit to be just settling for somebody that gives the bare minimum. We're not going to do that. God has a destined plan for you, for me, and it's all going to be worth it in the end. I know God I heard this in church the other day. God is never on time. God is never early. Never early, right? But he's always on time. God is never early, but he is always on time. And we have that blessing to be able to know that our plans are way greater than his. I mean, his plans, what is wrong with me? His plans are way greater than ours. You guys know that Instagram or that meme where it's like God, the little kid is holding the teddy bear, but Jesus is holding the bigger teddy bear in the back, but the kid doesn't know about it, and he says, "But God, I want to keep it," or something like that, and then Jesus says, "Don't worry, I have something better for you," or something like that. And I think that's how we have to view our lives and just trust God and surrender to it, which is my next topic. Is even as someone as me, a little control freak, you have to. The power of surrendering control to God instead of trying to force relationships is so important. And literally as simple as just taking it to prayer. I know it's hard to just kind of leave it up in the air and leave things just roaming around and whatever, and have a hard time just, okay, but I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen here, this and that. Like, no. You have to let go and let God. You have to trust him with all your heart. And I don't mean to get so spiritual or whatever, but I'm telling you guys, this has been the core of who I am these days and what I've been feeling. And I needed to share it with you guys because surrendering leads to something so beautiful. Like when you stop freaking out and stop trying to take control of your life, and just letting God, you just start to see everything flourish and let God do and have space, because at the end of the day, it is his will. It is not ours. We have to let God lead us to our own purpose, not ourselves. And I know that that may be the most difficult things, but practical ways to surrender to God are just prayer, journaling, seeking community, just connecting with other people, and just trusting. You just got to trust God. Write down what you want, what is on your heart today, what you're praying or believing for. Write it down. And I promise God is going to fulfill and give you more of what you desire. I have still yet to see certain things, but I can feel him, and knowing that I'm seeking him is leading me the correct way versus looking the other way and going down the wrong path. I know that I'm guaranteed to go somewhere greater than where I am right now if I just keep following and seeking God. And I want the same for you guys. Your worth isn't found in a relationship status. Mine isn't either. Trust me, I know. God's timing is always perfect, and he's writing our love story right now. Your love story, my love story, he's writing it. And I'm going to be praying for trust and patience and contentment for you guys, and asking God to just continue to bless you guys and protect you. And whether you guys are in your singleness or you're not, exert love, show kindness, love on each other, whether you have a partner or not. Love is beautiful. And if you're single and you don't have a partner, love on yourself. Love on yourself, and that is the most important love you can get besides receiving the love of God. You guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys have such a beautiful week, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye. Overcomfort Podcast is a production of iHeart's My Cultura Podcast Network.